My name is Austin Toloza, and I am the owner of Hyper Strength and Conditioning, now located in San Jose, Japantown. I am a son of an immigrant household. My mom and dad, came in from the Philippines, did the whole thing, worked their asses off to create a life for us, to make things happen here. My dad was a postman, my mom was a loan officer, and growing up, and we had a really good childhood. They exposed me to sports as much as they could on the weekends when they had time, and with that, I fell in love with just being active and became aware of the fitness culture, the fitness industry through Saturday morning infomercials.
I want to dance with somebody. Hi, everybody. 5, 6, 7.
Because they would always broadcast, these infomercials of fitness before and afters. And
I was fat. And that's when I decided to go to Jenny Craig.
Fast forward to, high school, going into college, playing football, playing more sports, just, getting into the weight room and falling in love with lifting weights. I didn't really want to do much else. I wasn't like a bodybuilding nut, but at the same time, I truly enjoyed how I improved myself every time I was in the weight room and getting after it and learning more about how muscle grows and the body. And I didn't want to be a nurse. My dad wanted me to pursue nursing and being an engineer or all that. And I truly just wanted to venture into what I was doing in the weight room. Like, what could I major in? What can I do? And kinesiology was one of the things that I was looking into going into San Jose State. And my dad was like, how are you gonna make money majoring in exercise? Like, I don't understand. Like, how are we gonna do this? Like, what are you gonna do? Major in exercise? Huh? How much money does that make? Huh? I worked a lot of odd jobs, became a personal trainer, did that certification, worked so many personal training studios. But at the end of the day, I'm a Marvel fan, anime fan at heart, and I love kind of meshing the world of, the gym world and the anime culture and the Marvel and just like pop culture in general. And this was back in 2007, 2008, I was playing with this idea. So there just came a point where you work with enough people, you work for enough people, and you've kind of, I spent my time, paid my dues. You did all the 5 a.m.s to 11 p.m. shifts with a split shift in the middle, taking a nap, eating at L&L barbecue, sleeping in the parking lot just so I can go and do it all over again, and officially summed up the courage to finally open up my own space. And, that was in 2015. And that was right after coming off of going to Comic-Con. And Comic-Con's Comic-Con. There was parties, it was just, but the act and the feel, it was just more of I guess it was like a moment of, I need to do more. I see people out here, doing these big events and reaching for these things, and it all had to start from somewhere. And that was like more for me being like, I gotta do something. So I did. I went. It was pretty, at the start, I was sharing a house with 6 other dudes, renting a couch for $450. And I was sleeping on the couch of the living room next to the kitchen. Found this, went on Craigslist, found this storefront warehouse in San Jose. It was not a storefront, but, maxed out all my credit cards and made the move, and went. I started buying used equipment from rich people's houses up in the mountains. Like, if you're from any type of city, you already know what I'm talking about. But I just had to scrounge for weights and barbells and things that people didn't really have. When I went all in, I didn't know what I was doing, but I had 30 of my friends and my family and my clients sign up. All I wanted to do was just coach people, level up people, help people find the joy and love of self-improvement that I found when I was just working out. Now, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not like no crazy elite athlete, but I do enjoy the process, and I do enjoy coaching and bringing people from where they once were and they thought they were always just going to be, to where they never thought they would be. One of the biggest stories I have is one client going from smoking habit, depressed, not really loving her life at that time, to now married with kids and enjoying life and that was a 10-year journey in itself. Because she was one of my first clients. She knows who she is. And she lost about 100 pounds, most of it on her own. I was just there to help, you know, continue the process. But just being part of someone's life where you saw them kind of at where they were struggling, and to be at that wedding and seeing her at her peak, dude, that was like one of the first weddings I cried at. Because I never cried, I don't cry at weddings, but I was like, why am I like this? But it was just that, and that's why I continue to do what I do. I'm not sitting here being like, look at my millions, and I'm gonna show you how to open up 10 gyms under your belt. No, I'm showing you the process of what it took from, am I gonna open a gym? I'm gonna open a gym. Oh shit, I'm opening a gym, and now I'm doing it, and now we expand into this big facility behind me that you see in San Jose, Japantown. Our mission right now is just to continue to truly build the community here. Community is such a word that every freaking student knows. No, like I'm talking about, like, of course I want to build my membership. Of course I do. But I want to build my membership with the people who would truly benefit from it around this vicinity, around this area. And on top of holding more free events to get our name out there, to have people look at the space, but also to gather people so they can make connections within the Bay Area. And that's my whole vision with this place. Because my whole saying is surpass your expectation, go beyond. I totally took that from, what was it, My Hero? Because Go Beyond was so good, but I'm like, no, I'm taking that. Because that's exactly the motto I live by. It's like, we're all about like the anime constant improvement of your arc. Like, what's your training arc? Where's your villain arc? Are you in your hero arc, training arc, villain arc, whatever training arc you're in, we want to be a part of that. So if you're in the area, if you're looking to just level up your life through strength conditioning, or just wanting to come out and say hi, come through Hyper Strength and Conditioning in San Jose, and we'll see you. Okay, bye!